Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Welcome to Night of the Living podcast, where we talk about horror, science fiction, and fantasy films. My name is Freddy.
Do we all have to do accents?
That's
I don't even know what that was.
Amy.
Hello.
Now you know everybody.
Oh my God. Forget about.
So, Constant Craven.
We're wrapping it up.
Yeah, this was Wes's pick.
Yeah.
What were the odds of that?
That reminds me.
Wes picked The People Under the Stairs.
And they weren't really under the stairs.
No, they were all
They were
about.
all over. Yeah, they were in the walls, kind of. Well, one in particular.
Like you would think from the name, it would be like Harry Potter, where somebody's literally living under the stairs.
Yeah.
But these
It's
people are
metaphorical.
mostly living in the basement.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He could call it the downstairs people.
I guess the title is more evocative.
Basement
People in the
buddies.
walls
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Wall people.
Basement buddies would have been really cool.
That would have been.
Oh, that's my
That would have
favorite
gone
80s toy.
with
Yeah.
Deadly Friend.
Yeah. This
as
pairs
a weird title.
Alive Films is who we can thank for both of these, both Shocker and in this one. And maybe, I don't know if Deadly Friend was part of that or not, but that's all that swapsies that he did with John Carpenter on his contract. So we got this out of that too.
Thank you, John Carpenter.
They did a swapsies.
Yeah. And I think that, this movie is a lot of fun.
Professional term. This is picked by our listener, Wes.
Yeah.
Hi, Wes. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Wes wrote us, and I wanted to read a little bit of this. He says, my selection is The People Under the Stairs. I remember randomly catching it on TNT back in the 90s and thinking, WTF is this movie? I think that's accurate. So.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that when we get to the main attraction.
He's got some more fun things.
Oh, is there more from Wes?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Yes. He says, I know you all love a good pun. Here are a few restaurant ideas I have come up with. A true crime themed bar and grill. Diagnosis Burger, where every entree comes with your choice of 2 homicides.
You should sell that to Bob's Burgers.
Diagnosis Burger.
What
What I love about that is that you have to be of a certain age to get it.
Yeah, it's true.
And we are that age.
And I'm wondering about the menu. Is it mostly burgers, or is that what they're known for and they have other things on the menu?
Maybe they have chicken burgers.
You know,
Does Five Guys have things besides burgers on the menu?
no, just fries and shakes, right?
They have hot dogs, don't they?
I think
Do they?
so.
Anyway, Wes, I
remember.
need your restaurant concept before I invest.
We're going to need some more
I'm in for 40
information.
at 10.
A goth-themed ice cream shop, the Creamatorium. Cream as in ice cream.
I get it.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Sounds really good. You
I
just put like ash on top of everything.
they do make that black. Ever see that black ice cream?
Yeah,
It's like that charcoal.
just a
I think,
black
yeah.
ice cream with a dust of charcoal dust.
With dusting.
Dusting. What would you dust it with?
So you're gonna double up on the
Cocoa.
charcoal because there's charcoal in the ice cream already.
Right. Just make your doo-doo. Just gonna make your doo-doo really black.
Probably good for your teeth, right? Because don't they use charcoal on
Yeah.
to whiten
Yeah.
teeth? Sure. So eat some of that charcoal ice cream. You'll be set. You have the whitest teeth ever.
Go for it. I can't think of a good name for a horror-themed Mexican restaurant, but the flagship dish is the burrito from the Black Lagoon.
I don't like black beans in my burrito.
I don't usually either. Every once in a while, I do.
I love a black bean.
Yeah, I always feel like
I love
it's
any
filler.
bean. Bean me, baby.
I like it in a black bean soup is awesome.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
it is.
I feel, for me personally, I feel beans and burrito just take up too much real estate.
Yeah, that's
See,
what
I
I'm
just-
saying. Yeah, it's too much filler.
I would chuck the rice, keep the beans. Then
Yeah.
you're doing good.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
eat
not
beans.
bad. But I like the
Eat
texture
beans
better of the rice. If
with
I'm
every
keeping
meal.
one, it's texture
The more you eat,
for my mouthfeel.
the more you fart. The
Yeah.
more you fart,
The better you feel.
All right.
Thank you, Wes.
Wait, not done.
Oh, you still got more? I was like, damn.
And not really a pun, but a restaurant where you only pay what you feel the meal is worth. Just the tip.
Ooh, that's dangerous territory.
You dirty birdie.
So
That restaurants can go under. Because people are not good.
yeah, I didn't get his replies. I don't know why.
I don't know why, honey, but let
So
me tell
weird.
you,
I'm glad that you did.
if you
Because
ever
that's some gold
want
stuff.
to just send some fun puns,
Yeah.
crew at notlp.com.
Or our name
Just for fun.
at notlp.com. Our
Amy,
first
Andy,
names.
or Freddy. Because it was such a delight. Made me laugh in the middle of a work day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Wes, you done fucked up because you didn't say TM. Because now those ideas are out there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And somebody
done.
might take your idea and then you're like, hey, that's mine. But it's like, you didn't say TM.
It's your IP, man.
And then this episode of this show gets embroiled in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
And then we're on the news.
Yeah. You know, Origins, we just put one out that was like 2 hours long. It was
The
really-
Origins was?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a 2-hour episode of feedback and stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant
It's a doozy.
the Origins itself was the introduction.
No, not the introduction.
I thought it was
I
like,
kept that brief.
it's like you talking a lot about this episode.
Yeah. You know, it's just every once in a while you hit one that as a member of the show as being on that where you're just like, oh,
No, that's
it's hard
why
to listen to.
I always hated getting when we rotated the Origins. I hated
Yes.
getting the wrap up episodes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh no,
Because they're longer.
Yep.
But if you like listening to this show, which clearly we're confused by that, you can go back and listen to our old episodes, and we're talking very old. Like these are from 2012 that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Go to patreon.com/NOTLP. Sign
Yep.
up there.
And we've also had Zoned Out, which is a Twilight Zone podcast that me and Joe are doing.
Yes.
So check that out. There's a couple, maybe a few episodes out there now. I only have them scheduled to drop on Fridays at 10:30 or 10 p.m., somewhere around there in that
EST.
neighborhood. EST. Keep your ears peeled. We really get deep in the dirt.
They do get deep in the Twilight Zone.
Yep.
You might want to say it's about the Twilight Zone. You said we got zoned out.
Oh, didn't I say a Twilight Zone podcast?
Maybe.
Maybe I didn't.
Maybe you did.
Who knows? Maybe it's Maybelline.
So,
Yeah. We had our little Christmas party for our closest friends and family.
yeah, we did.
And I would say,
Why did I sound like, yeah, we did?
Yeah,
no,
remember?
we
You were
totally
there.
did. I was there.
Maybe you were there.
Oh my God.
and, you know, Kelley, if you're a longtime listener, Kelley and Lise and Amy's mom and Andy and me and Amy.
The dogs.
The dogs had this cozy ass Christmas together and we played games. Oh my God, I had a good time.
We played this game called Why Are You Like This?
Yeah.
Which the title has nothing to do with the
No.
game.
Yeah. It's kind of a
The title
random
is basically charades, Pictionary, and another thing, but it doesn't
yeah.
convey why you're like this at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like $25,000 pyramid plus Pictionary
Plus charades.
Yeah, is what it is. And that's it's a lot.
You had to, one of the plays was you had to give your clues to what your word is to your team, but you couldn't let your lips or teeth touch. So you had to
Cool, let's do the podcast like that.
Oh no. It was funny in the moment for sure.
Yeah.
We were laughing our asses off.
We were like, oh my God, somebody should film this and put it up for
Like,
America's
it's
Funniest
so
Videos.
silly. How random. You hear, Hawktwaw's in deep shit, huh?
Hawktwa's in deep shit.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about her Hawktwa bucks already?
Yeah.
We did talk about
big-
Hawktwa bucks.
The big crash.
Then she went incognito for a while. Did they find her?
We talked about it on a Topicana. I think
Went incognito.
she's fled. I think she has fled. She has fled.
To the island where people like Chocolate Rain go when we're not watching them.
Yes.
It's like the Island of Misfit Toys or something.
Yeah. Adam bit my fingers there.
All the oldies.
Adam?
I don't remember.
Well,
Somebody bit my finger.
They fled.
Charlie, yes. Charlie bit my
Well,
finger.
those people want therapy just because time caught up with them, but
Yeah.
she's fleeing for criminal reasons,
Yeah,
apparently.
that's true. She could be she's like insider trading shit, basically, is what it boils down to.
It's all a scam. Crypto's a scam.
Yeah, it's like
It
I
really
feel she was set up, maybe. I don't know her intelligence level, but is she smart enough to pull the scam like that?
These are the
Yeah.
questions we got to ask.
Was it Big Dry Blowjob came after her?
Big tribe?
That doesn't roll off the tongue as much as
doesn't.
Hawk-Twa.
It sure doesn't.
Spit on that thing.
They're not a popular organization.
Seems like her time has dried up.
Oh!
She got spit on that thing again.
She spit on that thing again. Hawk-Twa 2.
Any day now, she's Secretary of Treasury. I swear to God. That's what we're going to find out. Freddie, what'd you drop?
You made me laugh so hard I dropped my pen.
Oh, my gosh.
My pen I used to.
I mean, at this point, would anything surprise us?
No.
Is anything surprising anymore?
Not even a little bit.
No. I
That
could
day that South
wake
Korea
up.
had a martial law, that was surprising.
That was surprising.
But other than that, no.
You couldn't wake up with your face sewn to the carpet and be more surprised than you are right now.
I mean, I think it'd be surprising if Hawk-Twa just knocked on your door right now and asked, "Can I have asylum?"
I know. And I would have to give it to her as I am a church.
Is she going to have a hunchback?
Yeah.
My home is my sanctuary.
Oh,
It could be hers as well.
yeah. We're so kind.
Oh my gosh.
So you're gonna
More people should be like
you're
us.
gonna house Hawk-Twa for the
I'll house
holidays.
Hawk-Twa for the holidays.
Anyway.
You can bring her to your family's Christmas. Like, what the fuck?
Gotta spit on that thing.
And then you know who's a freak who knows
Yeah.
her and recognizes her immediately.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Anywho. Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
Real quick, does anybody know her real name?
Oh yeah, it's like Leslie
Haley?
Haley Leslie.
Haley
Something.
I think-
Okay, I just sorry to interrupt on that. Just
No, it's all right.
I just thought about that. She's
Yeah.
like, no matter what her real name is,
She's always Hawk-Twa.
yeah.
Yeah.
What if her initials are really HT?
Holy God.
Haley Thompson.
That would have been
Hawk-Twa.
the most amazing thing that ever happened.
That would have been a God moment, as Oprah would call it. All right. Why are we here?
We're here to talk about The People Under the Stairs, written and directed by Wes Craven.
You know what?
Yeah.
Wes Craven saw Home Alone a year before
Yes.
this and was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's make a horror version of that.
Yeah, kinda. You're not
Kind
wrong.
of. That's it. Like, because you got everything. You got the traps.
Yeah.
The house, and you got the smart aleck kid.
Yeah.
There's robbers.
I can't argue
Yeah.
with it.
So
They
Wes Craven.
leave the water running all
Yeah.
over the place.
This movie is not at all what I expected.
It's not what I remember either. I remember watching this a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Remember, I texted you guys like, "I'm still not over the death of Roach,"
Yeah, yeah.
and it
poor Roach.
still hit me.
Yeah.
He's so sad. But now that I'm older, I can see it through an adult lens with adult tastes.
And adult diapers.
Not that old yet.
The movie's not that long.
Wow, what an interesting movie.
Yeah, it really is a wild, strange movie. Doesn't
not
it open with her reading his tarot?
Good.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a strange thing because the movie is not a supernatural type of movie, but it opens with the tarot scene, which you think sets us tone.
You just
know?
need an excuse to tell us why his nickname is Fool,
Yeah, yeah.
which is a weird setup.
And this is his older sister, right?
Yeah.
Who's reading the tarot for him, and then and then is it Reggie? Is that the name of Ving Rhames' character?
Sure. We just
I
call
can't
him
remember.
let's just call him
Leroy. That's right.
Leroy and Spencer.
Yeah, Leroy and Spencer are the two
The wet
older,
bandit.
older guys.
They're the wet bandits of the movie.
Yeah,
Yes. And
it's a total analog, 1 for 1, man.
they recruit Fool.
Yeah. because they are about to be evicted, so that the family, the brother and sister live in the house on the hill.
Their sick mom. Oh wait,
they're
no.
landlords.
Oh, you're talking about our villains.
Well, I'm talking about the reason they recruit him is because they know they're gonna be basically kicked out and gentrified, and he knows Fool will be on board with this idea of breaking into this house because of that.
In his landlord's house.
And also it'll because his mom needs surgery. It's that classic thing.
She has cancer.
Yeah,
and I don't know what kind. She's like, it's just,
unspecified.
Is this very
illness?
What's I'm looking for? It very cliche.
Yeah,
the way that how it's set up,
kind of fairy tale like.
Like she's on the bed and coughing and frail, and all she needed, all was missing was her coughing into like a handkerchief, and pulling it away, and you see like blood splatters.
Not long now. Some line like that.
It was very Christmas shoes.
Yeah, it was. You're right. That
Christmas shoes.
It is like a classy. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
But it just shows like how the peaks and valleys of this movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like you get these so silly things and you get these really disturbing horror things at the same within like 5 minutes.
The movie is totally strange.
I would say it's definitely a dark comedy, like urban fantasy.
A little darker than comedy.
Was it intentional though?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because there's no way to know because Wes Craven is dead, and I don't think he ever really addressed like the sincerity of this movie. He may have.
I mean, to me, it's camp.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was doing it. Camp is when things are unintentionally bad.
Yeah, I think it was just supposed to be like the Addams Family.
Okay.
Where, just a step beyond that. Because they have framed pictures of the dogs they had before that clearly they've lost these guard dogs to conflicts with captives over the years. And it's cartoonish, though.
Yeah, I get it.
Cartoony.
Yeah.
He's definitely going for jokes.
Yeah.
But the jokes don't really land. I'm not laughing with the jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm laughing at the jokes.
Yeah. The jokes are not great for the most part. Except for there's a line where you'll be made charge. What was it? The head of the department of...
Leroy says to Fool, and maybe the president is going to make me secretary of pussy.
So you got lines like that.
Oh, there's another
That's
line
pretty
where
great.
it's like, who is like, you're too old for the tit and too young for ass.
Yeah. And those were both Ving Rhames
I
lines.
had to think about that for a second. I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, he means breastfeeding and getting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I really like this kid, Fool.
Oh, really? I found him so annoying.
Really, I love this kid's performance. Was really good.
The kid did a good job. I just think
the character itself and the writing was very obnoxious.
I love he gets the one-liner tough guy. He gets to deliver that line of if you pray, do it. Now would be a good time or whatever. Before he's gonna shoot that guy.
If you pray, you better want to pray right away.
Yeah, something like that. But he delivered it great, and he's just a little kid. He's just a child.
Like it's it's his 13th birthday.
He didn't bother me that much.
But he just seemed, for 13-year-old, he seemed very childlike for that age.
I mean, his character stood out to me. I'll always remember him.
Boys don't grow as fast as girls. But then when you compare him to what was the character's name? The girl.
I just call her Rayanne.
Rayanne is what I was calling her
For my
Alice.
so-called life.
Alice?
Yeah, Alice.
Alice.
She's royalty now, right?
She's like a countess or something. Isn't it?
Like as an actress was like 17 years old playing like
13 or 12
or 13. So they look vastly different. So it makes him look more childlike, I think.
Yeah, it's just his
compared to her.
behavior was just very...
That too.
Yeah.
There was definitely some of that too. This house is all the way booby trapped.
100%.
Like every inch of this house is booby trapped in some way.
I love the staircase trap. That's the best one.
In the
It's
basement.
the most dramatic reveal.
The
too.
one that the button and the stairs go away.
Yeah,
Go
they turn
flat.
into a
Turn
ramp.
to a slide. Yeah.
Yeah, or slide. Yeah, it's like H.H. Holmes or something.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know if he was going like if that was the inspiration for it or not, but it is this really scary concept to be trapped with a bunch of other trapped people.
No, I love that. I love the concept of like when somebody breaks in and it turns out they're in danger.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, you
That
not
could be a
only
whole month of movies right there.
Yeah, like Don't Breathe. Yeah.
you've got the elaborate booby traps, you've also got the evil vicious dog,
Yeah.
which is sometimes a very bad puppet, and then other times is a very well trained dog.
Yeah. A beautiful Rottweiler.
Yeah.
So cute. And then
They do it no justice. If I was that
puppet.
dog and I saw them bring that puppet out, I'd be like, I fucking quit. Is that what you think I look like?
I think that puppet was maybe the same one as they used in Invitation to Evil, or what
Hell?
was it? Hell, Invitation to Hell.
Oh,
Remember where the Rottweiler jumps through the window of the car, and then they show the close up of it attacking the lady, and it looks like a
Wes
giant
Craven's
Triumph.
like, hey, I got a
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
Rottweiler puppet.
I mean, at least it wasn't Triumph
Yeah,
like that level of Rottweiler.
it wasn't a rubber hand puppet,
the
but it was close.
It was pretty great. I think the dog's the star of the film, personally.
Dog did a great job. Dog was acting its butt off.
Well, it's really cool because Everett McGill and Wendy Roby, they played a married
They're the
couple.
best part of the movie.
They're so good together too. They were on Twin Peaks. Remember both of them?
Oh, I never watched Twin Peaks.
Well, they play a married couple in that
Yeah.
too. But yeah, they're weird. They deliver some weird ass
They're
personalities.
they're committed to. I equate it to Gina Gershon in Showgirls,
Yeah,
where they know what type of movie they're doing and they're just chewing the scenery.
yeah. I mean, well, and beyond their performances, their wardrobe and makeup and hairstyles were really like dramatic. Like she had that big kind of 50s style hairdo, and it was it's funny because they look really put together when people come to when the police or show up. They seem completely put together, and but they just as quickly flip to being super weird the minute the door closes.
Gimp suited.
Yeah,
Help me,
yeah.
because I've had a thought and I'm having trouble coming up with the name. Everett Gill.
Yeah, Everett McGill.
McGill.
Yeah, he was in Silver Bullet.
Gives major somebody vibes, and I can't think of their name. Weird guy.
That
Weird
doesn't-
guy actor.
That doesn't help at all.
He was in a Friday the 13th. He did the weird dance.
Kristen Glover?
Oh,
Crispin Glover. Thank you.
Did I say
Yeah.
Crispin Glover.
Crispin.
They have a similar build.
They have a similar vibe too.
Yeah.
In this movie, at least.
Yeah, Everett McGill is great. If he was the Reverend Werewolf in Silver Bullet. He was, I believe, in the TV series Werewolf too. But he's a really good actor.
Is it because of
In
his
Dune.
slick back hair?
It
and
could be
his-
that.
It was very Back to the Future, Crispin Glover.
Yeah. Yes. That's probably what it was.
And his outfit was very 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, definitely
Giving that hard.
had a little Psycho on it,
Yeah.
too. Kind of had a Norman
Little
Bates vibe
dusting.
a little bit. Yeah.
Of Psycho. Mayhap.
So the setup is that the landlords, the legend, apparently they have all these gold stashed somewhere, and Ving Rhames needs a fool to scope the joint so they can break in and steal all the gold. It's very Goonies. That's another. That's another movie it reminded me of. Goonies meets Home Alone meets Texas Chainsaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And other movies too,
You
like
hit it.
Psycho.
And some weird pornos.
Very weird. I would imagine.
That leather suit.
So Fool dresses up like as a Boy Scout that sells cookies.
I had that same thought. I'm like, that's what Girl Scouts
Like,
do.
no,
Boy Scouts don't
they
sell.
just sell popcorn.
They don't sell it.
You think that's why it didn't work?
They clocked your ass immediately. I'd have been like, I don't trust you, small child.
Yeah. So he Fool can't get in because the lady's very suspicious. So Spencer, the other robber, poses as a electrician and forces his way in basically. And he gets got.
He gets got. He gets somehow frightened to death.
I guess so. It was because
his hair,
he has
and
white hair.
mustache turned white.
Like pale white and everything. So technically, nobody really killed him except for fear.
I guess that's the implication. But they are happy to dismember him and feed his hand to Prince the dog.
The guy who played Spencer was in Christmas Vacation.
As?
Probably like one of the SWAT team or something. I don't know.
My goodness.
But he was in it. I didn't feel like doing any more research than that. Just know.
Yeah.
Funny connection.
Not the husband next door, is it?
No.
Not that guy.
I feel like he had to be like one of the SWAT team guys or something.
So, who are the people under the stairs? Exactly.
They're people that they had lured here and trapped there. They're just the people that came into their house before.
The implication that is their children.
Their children.
Because
they wanted boys.
Rayanne kept saying like, oh, they kept wanting to make the perfect boy. So anytime one of the children misbehaved, they went to the basement.
Yeah, but there was also some mention of them coming from other places.
Yeah, and she said like, but those are the people they killed, I think.
Yeah, the ones they were trying to have a kid. The brother and sister were. You think they were trying to have a kid, and every time she had one, they were doing things to it to correct body mods.
Well, it's
or something?
because incest.
Yeah,
They're gonna come out kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So, of course, those kids aren't going to behave like the perfect children that they want them to be. So it's kind of their own fault.
Right. Yeah. But you got to ask, too, how many of these characters that are living in this basement are their biological kids, and how many are ones that they stole from the neighborhood?
I don't know.
Because that's happening, too.
They said, the only one that's confirmed stolen is Rayanne.
Yeah. And then you think... Roach is their kid, their biological son. Who knows? Yeah,
I think that's the mystery of who they are. Is
Roach McBoyle
scarier than the truth of it?
Yeah, it's a weird. It's a very fairy tale. Again, very fairy tale in this way, where it's enough to know that they're these two monstrous people that they're after the princess and all this. Yeah.
So. After Spencer is in the house for a little bit, Leroy is like, he's taking the Ving Rhames. Gets suspicious and he says like Spencer's like keeping all the good shit for himself. So they break in the house and they have no they just stay there as long as they can.
Yeah. They have no plan.
Yeah.
They just go in willy-nills.
Yeah,
they don't do it right.
I
would be a better robber.
One of the problems with it was enjoyable, but one of the things I was picking at is like nobody has survival instincts in this movie.
No, not really.
Everybody makes really bad decisions and stays in there longer than they should. Because even after being confronted with the House of Horrors, knowing that there's awful things going on. Leroy Ving Rhames is still insistent on getting that gold. That might not even be there.
Right.
Yeah, he was banking on
Death wish, which he got his wish.
Yeah, these deaths like Spencer. How did Spencer die again?
We think he got frightened to death.
He was scared to death. That's right.
He had been mauled a little bit by the dog.
Yeah, but he just died of fright.
We think.
And then they fed his hand to the dog later. But Ving Rhames' character
gets shot.
His death when he pops up again later when he's all like been butchered and everything. I thought that was really creepy. That and them just floating them in that tank with the other body. It is effective.
It was gross.
Yeah,
that was one of the most effective bits of the movie for me. Other than that.
It's part of like the big swings of horror that we were talking about before, where you see all this goofy shit.
Yeah.
And then you see some like, whoa, that shit's dark.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the stuff.
It's totally this movie is all over the place.
Don't they play with his body too as a distraction?
No, Roach kind of.
Yeah, Roach had him.
He was hiding behind him.
Yeah, and he floats it up like a puppet.
Yeah,
to distract.
Dude, so that fool can get away or something,
from
right?
all from the feral.
That's
people.
right.
You have shit like that, or the kid punching the dog in the face. Yeah, like goofy stuff like that, and then that one dark moment. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Grounding in this movie.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
It's weird.
It stays in that weird place of where it never touches the ground, where you can take it 100% for what it is, like, as any kind of reality at all.
Right.
It's just a little too strange. Just a little too strange. Like, same with Deadly Friend.
Yeah, this is a odd era for Wes. Like, all the movies we covered are within like a 7-year time span.
Right.
Yeah. And but they are indicative of his style, though. Like, not to say like he had a bad streak or anything here, but like he directed some weird stuff. It's just like his style was always like his feet weren't on the ground most of the time, except for Scream.
Scream's very grounded.
Yeah, but everything else had that kind of dreamy quality to it,
cartoony.
Yeah, yeah, which is. I
don't know. I think Nightmare isn't as cartoony.
No, I feel like it's grounded cartooniness.
Yeah.
Cartooninish. If that is a thing.
Yeah. Well, I think the first Nightmare on Elm Street is just a magical movie where everything fell into place.
Yeah.
Except for that one moment when Nancy's mom gets pulled through that little tiny hole. I
like
in the door.
that. It scared the crap out of me as a kid.
It just makes me laugh because it's just so bad.
Well, they had kind of like a moment in the movie where the girl drops from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It stylistically is very similar to the end of Nightmare.
You're right. She gets yeeted, as you would say, Andy.
That kid punched Daddy in the balls.
Oh, he was the perfect height. Yeah.
Ouch.
That was really one. There was one in particular where it was like a running punch.
Yeah.
It was
but little does he know that Daddy probably liked that.
Yeah.
Daddy likes
that guy is scary. What a scary character.
But like, let's talk about it now. Like, for some reason, he's running around in a gimp suit.
Yeah.
Which I kind of it's
Full
part
body.
of the weirdness.
Well, remember they foreshadow it in the movie early on. You think it's stuff for the dog. Like, because they show all the leather in their room and you see the 8x10 of the one previous dog or whatever. You're like, oh, that's dog stuff. And then no, you're like, oh, no, that's all his stuff.
But it's part of like the weirdness I appreciate because there's no reason for them to put this in the movie at all.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It was just because
it was just flavor.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's implied like, they're brother or sister and they're weird enough, but then they sprinkle some more weirdness in with
a little extra
the
weird.
gift suit and them calling each other mommy and daddy.
Oh yeah, that's so weird.
Maybe like Wes Craven was an undercover freak.
Maybe he might have been into weird stuff.
There's this old man that pops up out of nowhere after the kid gets out.
That's their grandpa apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they say? So grandpa pops up out of nowhere, and
this is after Fool gets out.
Yeah.
He's in the house for a little bit, being chased by because he gets the parents, mommy and daddy come home.
Yeah.
After Ving Rhames and Fool looking for the gold, and they kill Ving Rhames, and they know that Fool's in the house, so that's where he's like running through the walls and everything,
right?
And eventually he gets out of the attic, and then with some of the gold in his hand,
right?
So the legends are true.
Yeah.
It's City Slickers Part 2, Legend of Curly's Gold.
Did we talk about Roach's death yet?
No.
Not yet.
It hasn't happened yet?
No.
Okay. I was just trying to remember.
It happens in the second act.
Yeah.
Before like Fool escapes and goes to his grandpa with the legend with the gold.
Before or after that scene?
That happens before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because the third act
what do you want to remark about?
Well, I just want to say the grandpa was Bill Cobb. He's a character actor.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Tons of stuff. You just saw him in
familiar.
Trading Places, which is funny too. Another connection to your holiday movie watching.
Oh my goodness gracious!
This movie's riddled with
I
them.
need to sit down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much synergy.
I know.
It's like the second act. That's when it's revealed that there are people in the walls, and they're. The dad hates Roach because he can't catch him.
Yeah, he decided that he could go in the walls.
Yeah. And who built
And he
the house
couldn't get
like
him.
this?
Well, the rule of him not being able to make his way through the walls, like Roach, they kind of break that rule at one point, and he starts breaking through the walls and everything. But
But those are some really thick walls. Like,
Well,
they're
spaces
wide
in between the walls.
Well, I think it tracks with the booby trap stuff. In that when they built the house, it was probably like H.H. Holmes, where they're built that way on purpose.
so it's like a neighborhood legend. This family in this house. It's a funeral home, or it had been a funeral home. And so what my point with bringing up the old man was, he has this like intense level of knowledge out of nowhere that he drops some exposition on us, like big time. And he's like, they're brother and sister, they're hoarding money, they're assholes.
Yeah.
And it's like out of nowhere, he's like, I know everything.
Yeah, because he said they wouldn't walk past the house
Right.
when they were kids, which
So-
means that it's been going on for generations.
Right.
Right, because when
Maybe even when
obviously
it was
he's older.
built.
Yeah.
so like
It was
it was intentionally built like that. They knew that there were going to be people on the walls.
Yeah, I think it was. No, I think it was just built as
That's
like
how
a
it's
murder
built.
house. Like you've ever read about the one in Chicago?
That the
Death
White
House?
City,
Yeah,
the Devil in White City.
yeah, great book.
He did that. He built like weird shit like that.
Okay,
Yeah, and I think that's what they were going for in this movie.
that makes more sense then.
Yeah, I think it was like supposed to be, because otherwise, I think everybody knows there's not that much space between your walls. That would be insane.
And also, I feel this house is like a TARDIS.
Yeah,
There's a lot more room inside than what you would think looking at it from the outside.
yeah,
Well, if it had been a funeral home, you would imagine that most of the actual embalming and all that would take place in the basement. So perhaps the ramp was actually more of a pragmatic thing and a practical thing that they needed.
they could sling bodies down.
So you
there.
could just slide a body down.
that
and
makes
that-
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But then all the other booby traps don't make a lot of sense.
No, like the one that is the Predator style trap that has all the blades or whatever sticks, and it slams through the walls. Which I'm also like, he's built a booby trap for the wall to get Roach, I presume. But he can't get in the wall himself and just go root him out. I don't know what's going on. That part
Yeah,
it confuses
we can't
the shit
pick
out
up
of
the
me.
strings.
It's all,
yeah.
yeah, you can't. What Andy said.
But
Is it too much? It's a labyrinth, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's the thing.
But as wily and slippery as Roach is,
Yeah.
getting away from the dad, he still couldn't figure a way to get out of the house itself.
No, apparently not. Or did he not want to leave because Alice was stuck? trapped
Maybe.
there?
He was
I don't-
nervous. No, because they were about to jump off the roof and she wouldn't do it. And he didn't want to leave her behind, but he ended up doing it.
Fool.
That was
Yeah.
full.
That
but
was
he-
fool. We're talking about Roach.
Oh, you're talking about Roach.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I lost the thread there, I think.
Oh, we have to
That's
mention
all
that Roach has his tongue cut out.
Yeah. So it's like he's playing that game we
Yeah.
were talking about earlier, where you can't let your mouth touch.
Which is funny because this is the same actor that was in that famous milk commercial, the Aaron Burr one.
Yeah.
Remember that?
yeah.
Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
You also know he's a McPoyle, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
McPoyle.
I thought. Oh, he does. Yeah. Now that I think about it, he is
Yeah.
a McPoyle.
He's a McPoyle.
Isn't that awesome?
That tracks because I feel there are McPoyles living in the walls of someplace in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you feel like the guys or all the people that play McPoyles have another character in their past that's like a McPoyle? They just refined it.
I thought it was awful convenient. Oh, fool, you managed to escape with like 3 gold coins. That's enough to pay your rent for 10 years and your mom's surgery.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
It's perfect. Oh, we didn't talk about the booby trap
And then some.
Which one?
that he set with the candles. Or am I getting ahead of us?
That's ahead of us.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But let's not forget to talk about it when we
I
get
would
there.
never let you forget.
Yeah, because it was pretty clever.
So he's escaped at this point. Fool has. His big plan is to report them to child services so that, somebody could get Alice the fuck out of there and maybe they could find the people living in the walls.
Yeah.
But I love these cops that fucking show up because they don't even bother They don't even bother.
No.
They're like, oh, you don't have any kids? Good enough for me. Thanks for the tea. Bye.
Yeah.
Maybe it's racially coded because they're this upstanding white couple in the urban area, and is showing that the cops are going to take the word over this pretty white couple over minorities any day.
And also it shows that the whites see that family one way and the black people see this family in a completely different way. Because they've been in the town for so, you can fill in the blanks, and make a pretty great novel out of this, really.
But Fool could have just, went with the cops and showed them what was going on instead of trusting the cops. Maybe that was his problem. He was too trusting.
He was too trusting of the police. Got to be careful.
Don't trust the police. What was I going to say?
You were going to say that Fool was a little angel.
He is a little angel.
These are kisses and hugs.
Won't go that far.
How does he get back to the house?
That's the part I cannot remember for the life of me.
Well, I guess he sees that
he went back for Alice, right?
Yeah. Because he made he told his sister he made a promise to Alice that he would come back. So he sees that the cops didn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he goes back for Alice and the gold too.
And he brings the whole neighborhood with him in a really clandestine and cool way.
The community man, it showed up for him.
They did. That was a cool moment in the movie.
They lure him, mommy and daddy lure him into a room so they can trap him by playing. He thinks he can hear them praying in a room. So he gets into the room and he's like going to surprise them. Like, I found you. But it's just a reel to reel record. They had recorded themselves saying the prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So how early did they set this up? Did they know this was going to happen?
Well, maybe
I can't pull the strings.
Maybe they've done this, recorded already to fool Alice into thinking not to go any further.
Yeah,
and explore the house.
They're so, you know what? Making them kind of into weird games and shit can explain a lot of stuff.
It's like Jigsaw, man.
It could be just that they were doing that anyway.
But this scene you're talking about where Fool finds the recorder, he stares at it for like 5 minutes. And he doesn't do anything. He just stares at it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't react at all. As soon as you see the recording and realize that the people aren't there, you should know something up and react.
Get the hell
instead
out
of just literally standing in the doorways staring at it. This is why one of the reasons he annoyed me so much. Like I said, no survival instinct at all.
I wonder if that was for the audience's benefit, where Wes Craven's like, they're going to need more time to absorb this. It's too deep. They're going to need a minute.
I wrote down that Fool calls them a bunch of baby snatchers. So it is probably not their biological children.
But they also said that maybe they've implied heavily they were doing some stuff and having some weird kids.
Okay. So it was a mix.
I got both. And I felt...
Alice for sure was baby snatched.
Well, I think the story is that they, after all the babies they've had through incest didn't turn out how they wanted, they finally realized, like, wait, we need to get a non-incest baby.
Oh, maybe they mixed the gene pool.
Yeah, that was their first non-incest baby.
It has a lot in common with Barbarian, when you think of it that way.
Maybe Zach Cregger was inspired by this movie.
Yeah, it's possible.
I mean, he's of the right age where he would see this movie as a child and make an impression on him.
There's no other movie like this, really. Not like this. You know?
There's so much in that town.
You know what I mean? It's just a diamond in the rough.
Fool ends up finding a Scrooge McDuck room full of cash and gold.
I love
That bothered me so much.
Why
Really?
is this just
They were so messy with their money.
their money is just their bills everywhere,
It looked like the end of
Piles
Pirates
of-
of the Caribbean.
gold coins.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to show how
The
much
ride.
money
Yeah.
and gold is stashed away in the people basement.
Yeah.
disorganized.
But for me, if I was so money hungry,
Yeah.
like hoarding money, I would take care of it better than that.
Oh, yeah.
my money would be in piles, not just willy
And
nilly.
they just, have,
Would you put a throne in the middle
they
of it
just
all?
have candles there lit at all times.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Were the candles
They
already
broke.
lit?
They broke into the room, and there were already candles lit in there, which is dangerous around your paper bills.
Yeah, it's very dramatic, though. Again, it's that
No.
dreamy shit.
Would our bills burn? Aren't they?
Are they inflammable?
Aren't there?
Is that the word I'm looking for?
There's fabric.
Oh, they'll burn.
They'll burn.
Money will burn, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just wondering. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they designed a.
I mean, like, it might have some retardant in it,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that you can burn a bill to ash pretty easily.
I'll burn your bill to ash
Yeah, I could be wrong about
pretty
this.
easily.
So when Fool found the money, did you want him to dive into it like
Very much so.
like Scrooge McDuck?
You could do
Yeah.
a snow angels
Yeah.
in them.
Or at least, like, if this were now, he would take, like, a shit ton of selfies with it, like, and
Flashing
and
cash.
flashing it and post it all
making
over
it rain.
socials. Yeah.
Making it rain in slow mo.
But it's not now. It was then. So the best we could hope for was for him to swim through it. And that didn't happen.
Okay, so we're at that point where Freddy was talking about that weird candle booby trap that Fool sets up.
Yeah, it's just coins jammed into the candles. So as the candle burns down, it sounds like someone's counting the coins.
The coins would fall out of the candle.
And this is an
This
example.
13-year-old boy.
yeah. It's just more. It's Wes Craven does this all the time. In Nightmare on Elm Street, Nancy made all the booby traps, and in Invitation
have the
to Hell,
internet.
they happen to have the spacesuit they could use, and a real clever thing, you know.
But I still don't know what his intent was.
I know it was just in there for flair. I think it was just in there to be like voila.
The booby trap that Fool sets up to
Yeah,
fool the daddy into thinking that he's behind this wall.
right. Like he was probably gonna look there anyway.
By hearing coins drop from the wax.
Yeah,
And how fast are those candles melting?
Very
very
fast.
fast.
Because you hear clink, clink,
So
clink.
was the plan this would distract Daddy
Yes.
Yes.
long enough for what to happen? Because it wasn't clear to
For
me.
him to get the jump on Daddy, I guess.
And he
Because did he attack him right then?
Because
Because I feel like they wasted the opportunity here.
they're literally explosives in the
yeah,
in
he
the
lured him in
there's
there.
the vault.
Yeah.
And then
That's why he lured him in there with the coin. That's
Yeah.
it, to
'Cause
get
the
him closer to
explosive.
the dynamite.
but it's a really tiny room,
Yeah.
so I don't know how he would have missed Fool.
That's right.
Anyway.
Fool should be
Dynamite.
dead.
So Fool sets up some wires
Yeah.
to a battery or something hooked up to
Kid
the
knows how to make a
explosives.
bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's slick.
the little candle coin trap works. So Daddy goes into the room with the money, and then somehow Fool's behind him with the wires and said, "Don't move, or I'll blow us all up."
Yeah. And he says, if you kill me, this will just go off.
Yeah, it's like we're all gonna die or something. But this trap was pointless because at that point, the jig was up.
Yeah.
Fool,
Well-
Fool didn't need to do this at all.
No, he didn't really.
Mommy
need
was
to.
dead by this point. All of the people under the stairs had been released.
Yeah. How does she die again?
They
swarmed her.
Yeah,
They
just mauled by
they
her.
just mauled her to death.
I think
Yeah.
they cut her throat.
Yeah. there it
Oh,
is.
no. Rayanne stabs her.
Oh yeah.
Right, but
yeah.
I think she also had
Oh,
her
yeah.
throat cut
Yeah,
because she
yeah.
didn't. I don't think she died from that because she was still able to
Okay.
fight back. But yeah, Rayanne does stab her.
So maybe Fool didn't know what was
Rayanne.
going on upstairs. But,
Alice.
It was a really stupid plan to blow up the money.
Yeah. Well,
But it sends it out into
Dramatically, yeah.
the yard where all the community had showed
it
up.
redistributes it with dynamite.
Wouldn't that have destroyed the money?
Most of it, I would
Yeah,
say,
a lot of it would be destroyed.
or melted.
But them coins would probably be fine.
And I don't know how
Gold is really soft. Doesn't
Yeah.
it melt pretty easily?
Yeah, but it doesn't lose its value.
Well, I know, but
Yeah, I
it'd be
mean,
hard to.
it,
have a-
yeah, it has like a lower melting point.
But part of the value was in the coins. They were like very rare. so-
Yeah. Those are real. Like the one that he gave him, that the single one, when they showed him what it was in the trivia. They were like, that thing was worth over $700
wow.
bucks.
Then
Yeah, then it was worth one of those coins.
it's probably worth a lot more now.
Yeah, I bet the rest were. I mean,
Yeah.
the rest were probably fake. That one I think was just used for the close up.
Yeah. But I do not know how Fool survived this explosion.
He was right
Yeah.
next to it. He didn't act like his ears didn't stop working or nothing.
Yeah, they should have. When they asked him that question, he should have just said, "What?
Right?
What?"
Exactly.
And that should have been the rest of it until the sequel.
'Cause, the explosion was contained in the vault room. Maybe it was just very a well made vault,
Yeah.
Very well.
Or very well composed
and
dynamite.
it absorbed all the explosion. But it was like a really old house. In the basement. I don't know why I'm trying to figure out how he could survive, because nothing else in this movie makes sense.
You're right.
But
Nothing matters in this movie.
It's so strange.
It just didn't do it for me.
I liked it because I was engaged, because I was like thinking, like, where is the movie going to go now?
Right.
What more dumb shit's going to happen? And dumb shit kept happening.
Well, that's
I
true.
enjoyed the hell out of it.
And that can be fun. It just wasn't that fun in this movie for me.
I almost feel like he kind of wanted this to be a David Lynch movie.
You think?
I think he was going for that sort of thing.
Is that why he cast the Twin Peaks actors?
I think it might be. I think it just in general. I get the vibe, you know.
But he's not David Lynch. He's Wes Craven.
Right.
And that
but it
maybe,
still has a lot of Wes Craven to it.
maybe that was his problem. Like, he was trying to be other movies and
Yeah.
other directors.
Just be yourself, man.
Yeah, still
Yourself
experimenting.
is perfect. And sometimes you
yeah.
miss. You know what? Sometimes in life you miss, and that's fine.
But it was an entertaining miss for me.
Yeah, I'd watch it
Yeah.
again. I've seen it before. I'd watch it again.
I would not.
You knew?
But like I said before, the best part of the movie for me was Mommy and Daddy. They were really good, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a great job.
They were awesome. By the way, the older sister was in Nightmare 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was the one that dove. She was a diver, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yep. That's the one.
You think, did this come before or after?
This was before, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Did you want to talk about anything from the algorithm? Anybody have any significant things in
I
media?
have something,
All right.
if that's okay with you.
It is.
The algorithm, which is, in this case, the app Libby that I access via my local public library. I love you, Cincinnati Library, very much. You're amazing. Anyway, this book kept getting recommended to me, so I decided to try it out, and I read it. And I got to say, didn't super love it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's called Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay.
Oh, I like that writer.
Yeah. I don't think his writing's for me. I think that's what... There's something about the style. Anyway, it's a great premise. Premise sucked me in immediately. The premise is there's this movie, this mythical horror movie that was made, but nobody ever got to see it. They've only ever seen like 2 scenes that were mysteriously uploaded to the internet along with the script.
I love that premise.
And that there's a lot of myths around this movie, and they've decided to remake it. So the book is what the only actor is still alive from the shoot talking about his experience back then. So you get a back then perspective and you get a today, and then them doing the remake perspective. If you're looking for something like a definitive kind of ending, then you're in the wrong place. And I kind of like definitive endings. I like knowing that the story is ended in some manner. I don't like, it's up to you what happened. So that kind of bugs me. That's just my own peccadillo.
Did you look up what other people were thinking?
No, I didn't.
I always do that when open-ended endings.
Maybe I should have.
Sometimes you get some guidance you didn't expect and a whole new look on life.
So was it the ending that the only thing that you didn't care for?
And just some of the writing style I don't think is necessarily something. Just as I said, it's just didn't do it for me. Mm. But I recognize that this author is quite good and quite, established in the horror community. And so I will give Paul Tremblay another opportunity in my life to entertain me.
But I do love
one more, sir.
That is, like Freddy said, that's an awesome premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like mysterious and titillating.
There's just some of it dragged a little bit for me in places. I thought, it could have been a little bit more concise. But I read the whole goddamn thing. I'm getting back on my reading train and I'm reading stuff, guys. And I'm so happy because I lost it so much during the pandemic. I'm just so happy to have books and stories back.
She forgot how to read.
I forgot how to read. I forgot how to read for pleasure. Anyway.
For pleasure.
The only reading I did was doom scrolling.
Yeah.
I read for whimsy.
But was it scary at all?
It was unsettling. It was unnerving. There was definitely, he's really good at writing unsettling. And that can be scary. But it was a little bit more,
Yeah, it's a horror book. It's supposed to make you feel things. So it did its job in that sense.
It absolutely did its job. Yes. But again. Meh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So check that one off, Libby. I read it. You did your job.
And it was called Horror Movie?
Mm-hmm. Easy to remember.
Yeah.
That's what we do here.
What about you, Andy?
Well, I want to briefly talk about Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a advanced screening about 2 weeks ago, a week ago maybe. So I didn't want to talk about it then, but since now it's upon us, the movie.
Yes.
I want to give a little. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil too much. But I just want to give it a little.
I've seen
thoughts.
the source material.
Yeah. I just want to give just a really quick review. I enjoyed it, but for me, it's not his best work.
Yeah.
Who?
Eggers.
Robert Eggers.
Oh, okay.
The Witch.
The Vivitch.
Gotcha.
Lighthouse. Northman.
I don't know anything.
And I watched The Northman. Too, because I haven't. That's the only one I haven't seen. And after watching Nosferatu, I want to get see everything. So
get through all of his catalog.
But Nosferatu is probably one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. He knows how to do black and white. Man, he's good. I don't know who his cinematographer. Maybe it's him.
Yeah,
but he just has a really good eye.
I'm glad they didn't decide to do a color. I didn't know for sure.
No, it is in color, but there are parts of it that are black and white. He just knows how to shoot without color because there are parts in the movie where colors drain and everything.
Yeah.
It's a very muted color tone, but it still pops, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, the first act was perfect. It was scary. But there's not much story to it.
Right.
Yeah.
It was effective. Like I at first, after watching it, I was like, "No, it's okay," but I kept thinking about this movie.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's effective. But it just needed more tension and story for me. Besides this big specter of Nosferatu and his how he takes over this city. I just need more than that.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful looking film, and he's really good at setting a tone and this overwhelming sense of dread.
He was the guy who did The Lighthouse.
Yeah,
that was good.
But
that's what I was thinking of, the look when you were talking about the black and white.
I just feel he's best when he has doing original stuff and not doing a known source material.
Yeah,
I know it's his take on it, which is great, and I really like his look. The look of Nosferatu was really original. But for me, his best work is when he keeps it simple.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Although The Northman was not simple at all. I watched that, and it's probably number 3 on his list for me of his movies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you mean did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Nosferatu, visually spectacular,
Yeah.
but story-wise, maybe not as strong.
It's funny that you experience this as lacking story, but also you want more story. You know what I mean? You were saying like when he keeps it simple, it's best, but then you feel like you're kind of missing the story still.
No,
like the complexity of it.
No, like the I feel like the Vitch was perfect for me. That's
that one was really good because there was you could intuit what was happening without being spoon fed stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what this new Nosferatu? Is it kind of like it's more like The Witch?
No, it's like definitely like a take on Nosferatu and the classic story of.
Yeah, I just meant like narrative wise. Like, is it like you're kind of just a witness to things? Or okay, it's not like you're like a fly on the wall. Yeah.
So and I just felt like the characters needing more agency.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of let things happen to them.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask you about the prosthetic penis.
What?
I heard, wasn't there a prosthetic penis in this movie?
Maybe. If there was, I missed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it lost a star now.
Yeah.
I thought somebody was doing some full frontal. Fake. That's fine.
Maybe
still
it was
equitable.
Nosferatu.
It's about equity in full frontal nudity.
Schwanzeratu.
But I still do recommend it because it's just beautiful to look at. See it on the big screen.
You're beautiful to look at. You are.
But I feel you definitely need to see this on the big screen to really convey how beautiful this movie is.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy. I think we're going to go see it on Christmas, possibly. We were talking about it. You know, I'm playing Indiana Jones on the Xbox, and it's really fun. You
the
like to play
algorithm
Dr.
got
Jones?
you.
That's what
recommended.
got
Is
me.
it a new storyline? It's not.
Yeah, it's a separate one. It's in the 30s, and it's I think it's called, I can't remember the name of it. It's the only Indiana Jones game that just came out for Xbox, but it's on Game Pass. So if you're already paying for that service, it's free, and it's like having another little Indiana Jones movie. You know,
If you're already paying for that service, it's free.
you know what I mean. It's included with that service.
So what's the
ain't free.
setup?
The setup is a giant played by the late Tony Todd.
Dude, and the character looks so much like him.
It was perfect.
It's so unreal.
Well, he steals a mummified cat from Indiana Jones, and that's kind of what gets the ball rolling. And you do all the globe trotting stuff. You get to use the whip and the revolver and decipher all kinds of puzzles and stuff. If this were out when I were a kid, I'd been like so thrilled. And it's fun to play it as a grown up. It's still fun. Beat RoboCop, Rogue City, which was really, really great. That's like having an extra movie between RoboCop 2 and 3. And who doesn't want that? So that's what I've been doing.
Did Harrison Ford voice this?
No, but the guy they got sounds just like him. There's a lot of sound-alike actors in it. But yeah, it's cool. RoboCop's really Peter Weller.
Oh, from his
in
voice?
the game.
Okay.
Yeah, he voiced him for the game. But everybody else was a sound-alike. Womp womp. But no, check them out. Games are fun.
Okay.
Games are a good time. Games are good for your brain.
Games are good for your soul.
We watched Smile 2, which Andy had already talked about.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot. Amy, I think
I liked it.
Yeah, she liked it okay. I'm more like a 7 out of 10. You're
More like a 6.
Yeah.
5.5, 6.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
Want to pick
now
our
you know.
next theme?
Oh my gosh, Andy.
Isn't it? No, it's January.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We
we're
gotta
doing
do
Podcaster's Choice.
Yeah,
That's right.
Can't pick this month.
Oh, yeah, we'll just do it for at the end of
Oh,
the
now
next
I get to
one.
do whatever I want. Oh.
You can watch whatever you like. All right. Amy, do you want to read
Andy, you're first up.
the names of our deals?
yeah.
So you got to get on that.
pressure.
Yeah.
We do it in birthday order. All of our birthdays are contained within the month of January. In
Yep.
case you're new and we're wondering.
Contained within. Like sour cream.
It's like I'm working on a
It's like a burst of sour cream when you bite into it.
Excel filter. At the end of every show, we always say hi to our Beelzebubs, patreon.com/NOTLP, if you want to know more about what that means. This is the list of those people. Matt, we'll be seeing him here shortly.
That's true.
Next couple of days. A little Christmas elf. Branan and Emily. Jeffel. Iona Goodwin.
I own a great one.
Dr. Brian. Old Dirty Billsterd. Bill Fahrner. Blayne Yogurt. Jordache Jeans. Remember to go and listen to Zoned Out, a Twilight Zone podcast with Joe. Or Joe is Jordache Jeans. In case you didn't know. Monica, Jeremy, Cassie, and Gamora. Ernest, Dave, and Paul.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
And thank you,
for
everybody,
listening.
for another great year of podcasting, sticking with us.
Happy fucking
A lot
holidays.
of things have changed on the show.
Yeah, it's been a tough year.
It's been
Yeah.
a tough year.
So thank you for sticking with us and
Yeah.
hopefully sticking with us next year too and beyond.
It's like a rebuilding year.
goodness.
We've
Yeah.
got to work on our defense.
We got great offense though.
We do.
Oh, God, we do.
So
Fucking
Merry
Bengals.
Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
All of that.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy Leatherface put on Dawn of the Dead. And Igor made the nachos in a severed human head, and they enjoyed the movie with their friends. David Kessler walks the streets of London.